What's going on, guys? It's Corey from SuperKamiGuru9000, and welcome to my review of Naruto Shippuden, episode 270. Do I even need to say that this is the best episode of the entire war so far? This is easily one of the best episodes of the entire series so far, at least according to me, and I loved every single second of it. Everything from the animation, the pacing, all of the different characters, it was just fucking awesome. First and foremost, we're picking up from the last one where Kinkaku is just transformed into this pseudo-Jinchuriki form. Explain a little bit that both Kinkaku and Ginkaku actually tried to capture the Nine Tails at one point, and they were swallowed by him. And they lived inside of his stomach for 2 weeks, and they literally ate the meat of his stomach, and because of that, they have absorbed his chakra, and that gives them the ability to transform into these pseudo-Jinchuriki beasts. And he is just going crazy. He's using his tail to just destroy everything. Just on a minor note, the Zetsu army is also kicking a lot of ass this week. They are just raping people, and they're so creepy and disgusting, and What is awesome, though, is that even though Kinkaku is, like, so incredibly powerful, all these ninja are not giving up. They're doing everything they can to stop him. And there is this one scene where they do this huge combination attack. They hit him with a fire technique, and then they hit him with a water, and then the Earth Squad comes in, and they, like, crush him between these pillars, but before they even do that, like, Darui comes in, and he has two clones that do, like, a double lightning Black Panther, and it all fucking is just awesome, but it sucks because it doesn't actually end up working, and Kinkaku just gets even more pissed, and he just, like, rams into the mountainside, and, like, takes literally, like, half the beach out and everything. It's ridiculous. We actually get to learn about this other new weapon this week, and that is this, pot. It's kind of similar to the gourd that they were using, except this one is, like, much better. Basically, they just have to say anything, and boom, they're sucked and sealed into the pot. How are they going to get this really huge weapon there really quick? Well, luckily, the Raikage's assistant, Mabui, has this really crazy ability where she can transport any object, like, instantly. So she's able to bring the pot right to Darui, and that's when they have to figure out how the hell are we going to get Kinkaku into this thing, because he obviously knows how this works, so he's not just going to fall for it. That's when the coolest shit in the episode comes into play. They say they're going to have to use the Ino-Shika-Cho formation, and that can mean only one thing. We get to see the return of Shikamaru, Choji, and Ino, and they come in this really great way. I love the way they're animated when they're running across the battlefield. Eventually, Shikamaru and his team do get there, and it is fucking awesome because they do their signature techniques. Choji actually gets one really awesome hit. He uses his meat tank ability and just slams right into Kinkaku's face, and is just like rolling all over it and shit, but then Kinkaku throws him away, but then he gets caught into the Shadow Possession Jutsu, which is of course followed by Ino using her mind transfer ability, and that's when she uses that to make Kinkaku speak. He gets sealed inside of the pot. Ino makes sure to leave right at the last second, and boom! Kinkaku has been defeated. Darui has this awesome, like, Arnold Schwarzenegger fuck you last line to Kinkaku, where he's like, you guys might have been gold and silver, and that may be worth more than copper, but if you have enough copper pieces, it'll equal the same amount as gold and more. So fuck you, you're in the pot! By this point, you'd think the episode might be over. Well, you know what? It's not even fucking done yet. Shikamaru and his team run into an old enemy. Kakuzu is fucking back, and this dude is insane. You know, before he was really creepy, but there's this scene in this episode where he's holding up this, like, random nameless ninja while he's talking to Shikamaru and his team, and he fucking just rips this dude's heart right out. And what I'm really surprised about is they actually show the, like, beating heart and everything, and that was a pretty violent scene for Naruto. You know, that type of stuff actually kind of gets cut out of the show sometimes, so I'm glad to show that they showed that, but it's very disturbing, and it kind of sucks because they could have helped that guy, maybe, or at least tried to help him, but no, fuck that dude. He doesn't have a name. He's a red shirt. Kakuzu unleashes his masked beasts from his back, and he's getting ready to attack, but before he does that, he says there's also gold and silver on their side as well, and we get to see some other Edo Tensei ninja are going to be fighting. We get to see, of course, Dan, who was hinted at way earlier, who is, of course, Tsunade's former lover. And then, of course, the big reveal at the end of the episode. Asuma is back, and it looks like he's going to have to face off against his former team. 10 out of 10! I don't even need to think about it. This episode was fucking awesome from every possible standpoint. And I skimmed over a ton of different things. There were a lot of other characters that got to do things, even for just like a split second. Characters like Choza, who got to like take out these awesome Zetsus in a ton of cool different ways. And then, of course, you got Kitsuche, who comes up and he punched the fuck out of Kinkaku. And, you know, it was just, there was so much great animation. It was all really fluid and done really well. All the explosions and stuff looked really great. It was all choreographed and nicely. Like I said, I loved when all the different squads came together and tried to attack Kinkaku. I thought that was great. I loved seeing Ino-Shika-Cho come back. That was just incredible and gave me a lot of chills. I love this episode. That's really all I can say. I have Nothing bad about it. Oh, there's even a little bit of Naruto at the beginning of the episode. He's still training to use the Beast Bomb and everything, the Beast Ball, and he can't really concentrate because he can actually feel Kinkaku's chakra, and since he has the Kyuubi's chakra, it makes sense. And, there's a lot of other little things. They talk about how Kinkaku and Ginkaku could somehow maybe be related to the Sage of the Six Paths because they were able to use that chakra and everything. And, it makes sense why they have whiskers now because they actually had that chakra. But, there's just so much good in this episode. All the characters were awesome. There were so many of them. Just a damn near perfect episode. You know what? I call it a perfect episode. This is one of those episodes that I'm going to remember for a long time. One of those that I'm going to kind of hold up on a mantle and be like, this is one of those episodes of the series that is just really, really good. One of the best. And, everybody got to show off. It was awesome. Just fantastic. And the pacing was perfect. So much happened. And it left you with a great cliffhanger. I cannot wait to see what's going to happen next week. It is going to be intense. So like I said, 10 out of 10. Awesome episode. My favorite episode of the war so far. Alright guys, so clearly I love this episode. It's my favorite one in the war. But what about you guys? How did you feel about this episode? Did you enjoy it? You can let me know with your comments below. And as always guys, remember if you like this video, make sure and give it a thumbs up. That concludes this review today. SuperKamiGuru9000, out.